we got some pictures from inside the big unveil event for the Model 3 Highland refresh. Yes, it is a refresh. Yes, it is refreshing. And no, that's not what anyone calls it outside the company. It never was, and it was never meant to be, but that's hardly the point. I'm Brian. Welcome to my Tesla weekend. So here we are. Here we go. Here's some great pictures. This is the event. This is the whole shebang. Goodbye, range anxiety. Yeah, 8 to 12% more range on the same battery, the same motors. Look at all this fun. And now out here, you've got some non-refreshed Model 3s and great lighting and some basic information. And oh yes, that's right. Welcome to newest members on X, Ari, Jack, and James Stevenson. Yes, that's right. Loki's subordinate out there in no man's land is supporting me on X. So thank you so much, James. Love it. Great stuff. And you guys can support me too. It's how I'm able to do this. You know the drill. And it really is how I'm able to do this. So here's a Tesla little wall charger. I guess this is a real charger, I suppose. Version 3. Version 1, 2, 3. Very cool. And version 4. They had to close it because the electronics inside are that significant. Now, this was sent to me by a patron, Lars. Thank you so much. Not Lars from Best in Tesla, another awesome Lars. Very cool. Yeah, and he was able to get to go to the event, see all the cool stuff, and there's a Roadster. Yeah, Roadster. Yeah. Old S, very old S. You can tell by not just this little bit of faux grille, but also the lack of cameras up there. A bot with the Texas belt buckle in Europe. Super cool. And he's in a mirror, so that looks like there's more of him. Even cooler. These are not Model 3 castings. The Model 3 at present is not using castings, which is what I anticipated. If you look at my recent videos comparing the progress in Fremont, you'll see that there is no capacity to increase castings at this time. The casting area is under expansion at present. It's not going to be done for another 3 to 6 months. Another user was able to point out by looking at the cutaways on, I think, the French site or the German site for Tesla, that the way it connects, this is the rear casting, but on the front casting, the way it connects to the firewall is such that it could be swapped out potentially with a different one in the future. More castings, more castings. They're beautiful, really. Cutaway of a car, cutaway of a car. So let's get inside and take a look. Oh, it's dark. Oh, it's... Well, I guess this one isn't so dark, but you get some idea what's going on here. This video is going to be pretty short, I believe. Beautiful. That's the ultra red, which is the new hotness. Turn that down. Prevent the echo. Yeah, those new lights are pretty slick. Just gonna let it play. So these are great in-person, real person, uncut, unfiltered, unedited views. I guess you could argue that panel gap on the hood is out of spec. I don't think that's true. Here's a shot inside. Now I am still expecting a PRNDL to display here, but we do not see, this is a different design than the ones we've seen in the CarWow review. So this one does not look like it would have it. And I tried to find other videos that showed it, but I was unable to find it. There was confirmation. Lars did ask the representatives there, and some of them said, yes, it has it. Others said, yes, it has it, but only on the screen. And they also had no idea if it had castings, if it had structural, what it had. They're just there to make sure you don't steal the car, I guess. Good look at the inside. No real new information here, except that we get to see it in a different light. Boy, I like the white continuous theme that runs across it. Now, there's been a question I've been fielding on Twitter and in the comments asking, if it's got all these new bells and whistles, how could it possibly be cheaper to manufacture? And the answer is everything has gotten cheaper in the production process. If the manufacturing process is more efficient, when Sandy Munro looked at the first Model 3, he couldn't believe some of the silly redundancies. Now, you can work some of those out in line while you're going, but some of them you can't. Some of them are more fundamental, and you need to actually dig in and figure out what's going on. So sometimes you have to shut the line down. Sometimes you have to stop the car to change the tire. You can put more air in it, I guess, in between tire shops, but you're going to need a tire shop to actually change the tire. A look underneath the suspension. I hope Sandy and the gang are able to take a look at this. Maybe it means something. It doesn't to me. And then what else do we have? The wheels and brakes. And we knew this black part was decorative to make the wheels look larger than they are. And it does the trick. A closer shot of the suspension. Who knows? Maybe this is something relevant. This is an interesting bit of mesh. Wonder what that's about. Probably nothing. Another shot of it. Another shot of it. Just a look underneath. Right up front. I do not see a camera for the front bumper on this particular model. Now again, we don't know if these are the actual saleable models or if they were release candidates or what they are. But they are pretty interesting. And it does look like, as before, these baffles are able to close to improve aero drag at high speed. Yeah, those close. Don't see a camera. Don't see a camera. There is no camera on this model, I will say with confidence. Trunk. You know what a trunk looks like. Sub-trunk. Dark. So dark. Look at all this spotlight over here and the none of it over here. Gah. I get it. Sub-trunk. Sub-trunk. Power lift gate. We knew that from other reviews. Human beings. Those exist. Sitting in it. Ooh, a human being inside the car. Not too revealing. Now, these materials were chosen in part because they do reduce sound. Now, again, how can you reduce the cost of a build while adding bells and whistles? Well, getting rid of that wood on the dash was a cost saver. Getting rid of the stalks, a small cost saver. But adding a TV, oh, well, that's expensive. Is it? Because it's like $50, maybe $100 if you include the wiring. Well, the stocks are probably $20, $50 to $100 when you include the wiring. It's not a big deal. And they'd already done the engineering for the Models S and X to have the infotainment in the rear. It's not a big difference. LED lighting, that's not expensive, my friend. That's not expensive. Well, but they also improved the glass. Okay, but supply costs have been coming down. The manufacturing efficiencies and the supply costs coming down, those two things will combine to get you a lower build cost. Minute 33. I don't know if we're going to make it all the way through this one. But, yeah, it looks about normal. I guess we could let that roll. Why not? Yeah, it's all about the same. Oh, there we go. Controlling the interior lighting. Yeah, of course it controls its LED. That's how... If you thought it was going to be one specific color, I don't know what to tell you. Version 11.1. Okay, that's neat. That's a thing, I guess. Closer look at it. We even see the VIN number. Okay. It's a left-hand drive car. Autopilot computer, FSD. Yes. Standard connectivity. Great. It does hold cups. I don't know if that was ever in doubt. And this is now aluminum, where before it might have been plastic. That might be a little deeper. I don't remember now. Interesting. And more playing with the toys. And Lars was kind enough to bring a flashlight for this super dark experience. Because he kind of had to. The wheel, horn, blinkers. We've been over that. Pretty quiet event, it looks like. The frunk looks unchanged. And remember, 50% of the parts were changed. The frunk liner, the floor mats, not changed. If the question is this a refresh? Absolutely. They changed the glass, the bumper, the back end. The car is now an inch shorter. The interior is completely redone. The seats are redone. The design inside is redone. It's got infotainment in the back. The suspension's been redone. The tires and wheels of it. What's left? The hinges are the same. The door is the same. The frunk liner is the same. And to answer the question, yes, but this isn't Highland. Highland was something else. I don't care. We're past that. We're past it, because Highland was the internal project name, the code name, if you will, for the refresh Model 3. I know because I saw schematics with that name on it. So they've got a project. They're calling it that. They made a new car. We're there. We're done. That's it. Anyone telling you otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to sell you, but something. Good look at kind of the color, the stealth gray. Yeah. The toe hitch, as it were. The inside of the trunk lid. And here we can see that it is laminated glass. It is 2 panes of glass laminated together. How can they deaden sound if they're touching? And the answer is the laminate in between vibrates a little, which converts physical energy, sound, into heat. Because it has to turn it into something. It just makes the window this much warmer. Probably not even a measurable 100th of a degree, but it deadens sound in the process. Looks good. And you can see, yeah, there are 2 different sheets of glass. Now, they might laminate 2 different kinds of glass together to further offset it. I'm not sure on that, but it's an old principle, and it works. Neat shot with the lasers around it. So we got some good stuff here. A white one. And losing those cool scoops is, style-wise, I don't know, I liked them. But the fog lights have been integrated into the daytime running lights, which have been integrated. They're all integrated into the headlight. It works. And if the objective is to make your car slipperier, then there we are. If anyone would like to get up close and personal, there's a QR code for you. I don't know. Maybe it's got something interesting in there. Nice smooth skid plate underneath. Great photo. Another little video here showing the outside area before the event began. Very cool. Really? You guys get water? Oh, the nerve. The nerve. And that's it. That's the whole presentation. What did I miss? What did I misunderstand? Leave it into the comments below. Stay tuned, stay juicy, all that good stuff. You guys, you got to subscribe. You got to like. You got to leave a comment. You got to tell me what kind of stuff you want to see, because that's what I'm going to make, and that's how it's going to go. So, yeah, that's it. Can't wait to hear from you clever robots on the flippity flop.